Hello and welcome to Amethyst Star Crafting. My name is Jane Allmark and I'm a UK independent Stampin' Up demonstrator. And today we are looking at things from the annual catalogue, and we're going to get our watercolour pencils out because they are so versatile. You can do all sorts of things with them, and I thought it would be nice to have some watercolour pencils out today. We're going to be using the flower from the Free as a Bird because it's a really beautiful springtime blossom flower, and I thought that that would be lovely. And then we're going to use Very Versailles because it's got the beautiful script and it's got the lovely sort of hanging vine as well. And I thought the Always Thinking of You is perfect for all of us at the moment that are missing our family. So we just need some little pieces of scrap, really, just little tail end pieces that you might have. And that's where we're going to do the flower. So we'll take the large flower and the small flower and just take ourselves a little block, and very easily with a good black ink we're just going to stamp out a series of those little flowers because they really are rather beautiful. So you can do as many as you want. I'm just going to do 3 on here, and then I'm going to take my Simply Chamois and give this a clean off as we go. And then we'll get the little one and we'll just do 3 of those. So 1, 2, 3. Okay, as I say, it's a beautiful little flower and it's really springtime. It reminds me of, you know, apple blossom in the spring and all of those lovely, beautiful flowers that are coming out, and makes us think of happier times. I know some of us are lucky enough to have gardens and be able to get out in their garden, but I know other people, you know, are really stuck inside, get a little bit of exercise every day if they can, and it's not easy. It really isn't. Whereas doing a bit of crafting, you can really get lost in it, and I found that that's certainly been very helpful for me. I've been playing with all sorts of things I haven't for a while, and it's lovely. It's very enjoyable. So I've got a couple that I've already got out which have dried, and we're going to take the yellow in this one, and I think there is only really one yellow, which is Daffodil Delight. And we are just going to very simply use the Daffodil Delight to give the centre stamens some colour. So literally just going through on those, and we'll do the little one as well. So just doing that through. And obviously you'd work through the others. Then for the actual flowers themselves, I'm going to use 2. So I've got some of them I've done with Melon Mambo, some with Flirty Flamingo. This one I'm going to do with Melon Mambo. And all you're going to do is literally just go round the outline. You don't want to do any more than just the outline, because when we add our Aqua Painter, it will make it obvious and give a little bit of shadow, a little bit of lightness in the centre, which makes the flower look just absolutely beautiful, just like the apple blossom. So round on that one, and then just in on this little one too, just round the outside piece and just round there. Okay, so that's all we're going to use our pencils for, so I can put them out of the way. But you can see that that really just gives you just round the outside. Then we're going to get our Aqua Painter. If you haven't got an Aqua Painter, then just use a paintbrush and some water. You don't want it too wet. And then all you're going to do is you're going to start round that outside piece and then just bring it into the centre. So round the outside piece and just bring it into the centre. It will automatically give that definition, so you've got it nice and dark round the outside where you want it, and just coming in a little bit paler in the centre. Okay, and then we'll do the little one as well, so just round the outside and then just bring it in just slightly, so that all you're doing is just giving it just a little bit of colour in the centre. So that's all we need to do on that. I have already done some before. Then you need to get the paper snips. I use our paper snips purely because they are exceptionally sharp and they're very good for going round little tiny shapes like this. It's a really easy image to fussy cut. There's no difficult angles with it. Literally just take your paper snips and work your way round. I'm doing it fairly close to the edge because I don't want to border around this, because these are going to be as actual little flowers. So literally just work your way around. As I said, it's not overly complicated shape, so you know it doesn't take many minutes at all to just go around the outside. So just take that round there. So I hope you're all doing well. I hope you're all safe and managing to work through the lockdown, quarantine, isolation, whatever you call it, in whatever country you're in. I know that I've got lots of viewers all the way around the world, and I wish you all health and to be able to work around some of these difficult times that we're all going through. I think I'd be completely lost if I didn't have my crafting, because I can't at the moment see my sons, my grandchildren, anybody else. There's me and the dog in the house, and apart from going out and doing some critical care delivery of meals to some of our elderly in the neighbourhood, I'm spending most of my time indoors. So if I didn't have my little craft space and be able to sit and do things like this and talk to you guys, I would be really lost. So it's doing me the power of good, and I hope it's doing you some good sitting here watching me wherever you are. Okay, so those are those two little flowers cut out, and you can see you only really need to do it on little tiny scraps. So I shall add these to the others that I've done. I've done 4 large ones. 1, 2, 3, 4. No, I should have done 5. Yes, I have done 5. I've done 5 large and I've done 5 small. So I think that will probably work. You need to do odds. So that's that part. Now we're going to take some white cardstock and use whatever you use for your card bases with a little mat around it, 1/4 inch mat, and then your card base. I don't tell you the exact measurements because everybody works differently. And we are going to take a green for this. So I want a fairly nice sort of, maybe a softy, I don't know, old olive, I think, really. I do like old olive. It goes with most things, although pear pizzazz would be quite nice. Let me get the pear pizzazz out and see the difference between the two. I think pear pizzazz, actually, because it's a little bit paler. So let me get my pear pizzazz out. And we need to get the lovely leaf on there. And I need to take all these little ones off of here because I need to use that block now. So putting my leaf onto the block. And then we can ink that up nicely. And we're just going to take that down, I think probably through the middle. Just like that. Yes, that'll look beautiful, I think. So we've got that on there. And then we are going to use the script, because I absolutely love the script in here. And I think I'm only going to do one, or am I going to do, yeah, I'm only going to do one. I'm a bit dithery because I don't know quite how this is going to turn out and what I'm doing. I'm just literally creating with you, so you can see me from sort of beginning to end and how I sort of play around to get some of my ideas from. So that's going to go in there, which I think will be lovely. Now I want the script. And I also want Always Thinking of You, because at the moment, as I say, I think of everybody who I normally get to see far more often than I do. So, right, now, do I want to do that in another colour, or do I want to do it in the same colour? I don't quite know. Don't think I want it in the same colour, or do I? No, I think I'm going to take it in something which is going to be neutral, but which isn't going to stand out too much. And I think I'll do it in a smoky slate. So I'll take it over the top first, and because it's quite large and got quite a lot of little wordings on, I want to make sure that I've inked it up well. And then I'm going to take some of it down, just sort of on and off. So down on that side. Oh yes, that's going to look beautiful. And then probably just down on that side, like that. I don't think I want to do it any lower, because I'm going to have the centre. Yes, I am actually. I'm going to take it all the way down on there, and all the way down on there. So we've got a gap in the middle, and we've just got the lovely script in down the side. I just absolutely love this script. I always have done, and I think it just makes for a very sort of pretty classical sort of card, which is rather nice. And then we need to, I want to put the sentiment down on there, which is Always Thinking of You, which is absolutely perfect. Perfect for any time, really, because if we're sending a card, it's because we're thinking of somebody. So I'm just going to put this down in on the centre. That looks straight to me. And do I want it in green? Do I want it in... Got the flowers. I think I'm going to just do it straight in black so that it stands out nicely. So, Always Thinking of You. And then that can go down at the bottom. Grid paper's great for lining up. And then you can just take it down there at the bottom. So, Always Thinking of You, which starts to make it look really beautiful. Let me just get my Simply Chamois and clean that off again. So that's nice and clean. That'll do. Clean it up a bit better afterwards. And then we can start putting some of this together. So we've got... Oops, put that in back in the right way in the case. Right, so we're now going to look at a potential background for this, and I'm thinking of pool party. Yeah, I think that'll actually look really nice on pool party. So I'm just going to lay it there for the moment, and then we want to put our flowers in. So what I want to do is to have these flowers just sort of coming down in sort of a cluster round on here like this. And then we'll put these little tiny ones in sort of round across on the side. I always work out what I'm doing first, and then I'll put some of them up with dimensionals and some of them up with just with glue. But they're rather nice to just have, let's say, just a little bit of coming through like that. That's going to look absolutely beautiful. I'll have another one down in on here. I think we'll maybe tucked in a bit more. to make sure I've got enough of that sort of leaf coming through, and then maybe one sort of tucked up in on here like that. Yeah, I think that that'll work out. Now I need one on this side, don't I? To have something sort of balancing out on here. So let's put one sort of in there. Maybe you can turn them round as and when you want and just sort of bring them down. And then you've got this lovely sort of bow coming down, and I think that that blue will look perfect on there. I won't go sticking it all down for you now because you can see what I'm trying to achieve, but I think it looks really lovely just with sort of that leaf down. You could put some leaves and things around it, but I just wanted the flowers to stand out on their own. So the two sets we've used is the Very Versailles, and we've used the lovely, which I'm just trying to get out of there, the lovely Free as a Bird, and obviously you've got the lovely bird images and things on there, but I just wanted those spring flowers. So that's the second one, and we used Smoky Slate for the wording, we used Pear Pizzazz for the greenery, and then we used our watercolour pencils to just colour in the flowers. Now I will put links to those down below because you can get them from my shop, and as I say, there'll be a link over to all those products. So if you're wanting something to do at the moment, you know, card making is something just absolutely beautiful that you can really lose yourself in. So thank you so much everybody for watching. Please stay safe, please stay well, and look forward to seeing you again. Bye bye.